Encode your DNA. Define your genetic structure. Choose a genetic resilience. Choose your fur style. Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick a class. Cypher, Commando. Mercenary. Deadeye. Commando. Psyfreak. Saboteur. Sentinel. Psyfreak. Commando. Psyfreak. Psyfreak chosen. That'll work. Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through.
Let me introduce myself. I'm the light and bright side of you, or your inner voice to be precise, an echo of balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
Seems more like you're being light-headed if you ask me, but you'll come around eventually.
But what comes around goes all the way back around. So, it's better to stick to your instincts. You can't fight what's in your nature.
In your nature, and here I was hoping we'd be all about natural selection, survival of the strongest, and so forth. If that's not instinct, then I don't know what is.
Ha! Natural selection is all about evolution and progress, and as soon as there's enough light, darkness.
Right is always right. Stories of death and the bodies left behind, a reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family, or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, The predator only grew stronger. Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die. Shout! Getting there! thank whoever left this climb stringer here. The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. An emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Scrapalicious. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks travelled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Oh, it's locked. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. Let's try that again. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Bolted. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way over. He doesn't. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar. It's a scar you're covering under that eye patch, isn't it? But he would have recognized you anyways. You look exactly like your Muma. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. You're such a good... The potato people, or nono, are a... You might be right. Like... The non... You found one. The nono's key energy is... Only time will tell. You'll need a net to catch the nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The nono was sensitive. You handle that net. He's grateful for all the help he... Oh, it'll need to continue. But... Head... Now that you've seen the nono's connection with... One, you can already see the effect. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before you... He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he... The tree started to... His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. The road ahead won't be... He wants you to understand that you'll all die. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters. You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Must be the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. The World Eaters have made their marks on our world over time. That's not the first nor the last village it'll leave in its wake. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here. He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this. Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions.
That's a spark of light in you!
What's there to like about light? It hurts to look at.
Not as much as it hurts to look at you.
Always making this personal.
And you're always trying to pretend it's...
There's out of date again. He must have missed something important.
Balu, Putulu, Kuchai, Hifar, Befarb.
Out of date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there are two nearby.
Mauketo, Tolu, Ayadre.
The Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match as they act on the understanding of the greater good and have a code of honor.
Yuba, Tolu, Wawa, Kuchai, Hifar, Befarb.
Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction, to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way.
Oloi, Bobo, Paweg.
Out of date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side.
Yeah, Mufurbo. Bumu. Momombuso?
He believes the tribe's Sifus...
Dolomawanya, Valu, Al, Ko, Bubuyu.
Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded. This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone. That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know. Let's see. It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers.
Crashar à la fruta snapa. Fruta tupaz na heg.
Says they're cautious of non-allies.
Krania matuala. Fulla shimaka.
Sibi? La fanen a ginkan man. Geratna falo hutut mus. Tugai la wute. Karap la
The
wute.
Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace. The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place.
Get a one thing.
He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort,
What?
but he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on...
Buka mun lo sada. Sibi? Porote na la fanen a ginkan man.
He's...
Lapu ohohotin na.
There's...
Get a dinkin hiram. Guaremba. By the frame.
The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to...
Gelen denken of what nea. Lapu. Hiram denken alvesse ane.
The Sifu...
Tugai la wute. Rita.
Myriad, if you believe there's some good in everyone, there's still hope for tomorrow. You'll unite the tribes...
Gela mat sav mofete?
He was hoping.
Bro plach. Get a wach. Gelet not.
The Sifu was waiting for something.
Gelet not. Ala banglif. Kan boof. Get a wach. Gine afirma gatano shub budo.
Their kin have...
Vlade tik. Gelen denken of what?
He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen.
But where yonke?
You both have...
Guaremba. Galato fole. To guy la wute.
Once you've dealt with the right...
Papa mos.
They passed the point of
Jacko denken.
seeing...
Plats. Palam wene denke. Volo matati. La fanen a ginkan man.
Anyway, the memories you make with your family are...
Sibi. La fanen a ginkan man.
That's the Myriad Fort. Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially. Form, unformed. Blasting him. Hits. Right between the eyes. Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. Here's someone who takes each day as it comes. He asks how you are today. Goop says he always does better when he wonders where you've been. Learning, he thinks you should really know how. And he'll be honored. He says that wasn't too bad, was it? But you need practice. Lots of practice. He's sure you just need more time in the surf. That's the only way you'll ever... He knows. Judging by your Muma's look, it seems you forgot something.
Andro?
You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go. The dedication... You should know. Practice makes perfect. She'll see you at the village square. Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. Asks how you're feeling today. Being nice comes easy for him. That doesn't make it less important. He was hoping you could help him pick up some scrap for a thingamajig he's working on. He thinks...
Wolf wap.
He wonders what usefulness you've got.
Klapper. Kiwa du. Hallo, dar. Oppi.
He can work wonders with almost anything and asks if you know how to...
Warten. Klar, sicher. Hallo.
You did well, but he can't help but wonder why you decided to craft a weapon. It looks like she's starting to lose her patience. You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants to see you on the village square right away.
Can't see.
Then you've got...
Minalagi mamuru.
She wants you to grow up and start...
Moni basa. Kamonu. Pial tu ma. Yo no mas. Pola kuto. Tropalo.
They look determined. Better watch out.
Ai nei.
He asks you to stop right there and wonders where you think you're going.
Silele.
He's not scared of anything, least of all you.
Ci si subieri tutti ama sele mai multe.
He wants to know who you think you are.
Naki si sana basurangu in indigori aboritare.
They push...
Kana munta.
She asks if you're hurt. What happened?
Kala.
She says it's nice.
Tate ko babasak apli tonumuta.
It's time to focus.
Urasa durut.
Here's someone close to heart, doing what he does best.
La fea nuch mustakabala nukun dunash.
Seeing you always puts a smile on.
Dre. Cherry la fia. Fiona.
He asks if you could help him too before you...
Segaya lamaya. Segaya lamayaba. Kunududua.
He's curious to see what you found.
Khalifaf Cairo.
He-
Mich.
He can work wonders with pretty much anything and asks if you know how to upcycle.
Baskilka Michael Tagukal.
Thinks some are and some aren't. One thing's for sure, though.
Kaffee.
He says it...
Kakuhu. Kaffe.
The style might be too edgy for his taste, but it looks sharp on you.
Mishaku hares jira vabasco.
You should take it with you, wear it to practice.
Yamafore domedar sem.
He's
Bolakamunum rutna.
Your Muma says it's about time you got here.
Bolakamunum rutna.
Hopes you're as ready,
Kanamunta. Asana yotutupu. Inyadaldo.
but there's enough time left for repetition and you need it. Training dummies don't hit back.
Berry?
Wants you to
Taifanamenuma.
Your Muma says you did well today. She's so proud of you.
Berry?
Thanks you for being such a
Taifanamenuma. Kala.
bin.
Narolute. Ritsentede.
You should go see him and find out what it is. You've deserved it.
Ruhemuktono.
Catchy.
Yo no massaman barut.
Your Muma says she's never seen an apple.
Taifanamenuma.
She's happy.
Bolakuto. Kala. Masamal.
It's called an automaton, and it's hardwired to your DNA. It'll follow wherever you go and see.
Kanamunta.
You should.
Pialtuma.
Your Muma says you look tired. No wonder. It's been a.
Kalino?
Says a rest, and you'll find strength for tomorrow.